it's Heidi with Healthy Looks Beautiful, and today I am coming to you in the third series of our 5-part series on how to make over your March. Today we're talking about food prep. As a coach, I get a ton of questions on how do you prep food, what do you do, what do you prep, when do you do it, a ton of different questions. And so today I'm going to share with you guys some of the top questions that I get about food prep. But before we get started on that, there's a couple things that we need to talk about before you start prepping your food. How do we even get to that point of food prep? And so there's 3 things that I'm going to talk to you about that you need to do first. The first one is meal plan. You have to have a plan. You have to know what you're going to eat for every single meal and have it written out. I have another series on meal planning that if you check out my blog, you can find the link for that in there. The second thing you have to do is make your list. Take a look at your meal plan. What things do you already have in your pantry and your fridge that you can use? And what things are you going to need to purchase from the store? So make your grocery list. And then the third thing that you've got to do before we can start prepping is go grocery shopping. You can go to your local grocery store, or I prefer to order online only because it's quicker for me. I can do it late at night after my kids have gone to bed, pick it up when I'm in the town because I live quite a ways from the cheapest grocery store. We have a small grocery store here in town, but sometimes they don't carry all the things I need. So I do order a lot of my stuff online, and I get some things here locally as well. So I find that the online shopping keeps me within my budget, and it makes my trips to the grocery store way more stressful than they used to be with 3 kids. So those 3 things you've got to do before we start prepping. So let's talk about my most frequently asked questions. And so I'm going to take a look here. I've got my questions up here. These are the ones that I get asked the most often. The first one is, how long does it take you to meal prep? Kind of depends. It really depends on your meal. Your meals that you need to prep for the week. I have mine done and I'm going to share it with you here in a second. And I timed it today, and I took a little break and ate lunch while some stuff was cooking, and I came back, but it took me 1 hour and 3 minutes today. And so usually for me, because I'm pretty efficient, it takes me under an hour. 50 minutes probably is how long it takes me to do all of my preps, start to finish, put everything away. For you, it may be different, and it's going to depend on what all you have to prep. If it's your first time, it could take up to 2 hours just because you're getting used to it. I'm so used to it now, it's kind of second nature, and a lot of times I will even prep when I'm doing some other stuff in chunks. And so, but for me, it takes a little less than an hour, but it's an hour that saves me way more hours in the evenings when we're preparing our meals. And so a little less than an hour is what I'm at right now. Question number 2, do you prep and cut your fresh stuff? Yes, I do. Most of them, some of them. It depends on that as well. I cut all of my peppers, all of my onions. I cut and prepare my Brussels sprouts, my greens. I cut and prepare all of my greens. A few things that I don't cut are things like cucumbers. I feel like cucumbers get kind of icky and slimy if you cut them ahead of time. I always cut off like broccoli and cauliflower, all of that stuff. I cut it all off and put it into containers so that I have it ready for the week. So yes, I do cut most of my fresh stuff. If we have fresh fruit, fresh pineapple, fresh watermelon, those types of things, I cut all of those. The fruits I don't cut, strawberries, apples, I don't cut those until I'm going to eat them. Apples I eat whole anyway. So yes, I do cut my fresh stuff. Question number 3, what should I prep? It all depends on your menu. And so I'm going to share with you right now what I prep, and then I'll move on to the other questions. And so here are a few of the things that I have prepped because, like I said, I've done this today. So first thing is boiled eggs. I boiled my eggs, one of them exploded. Boiled eggs. I boil my eggs. I prep my grapes. These are almost done. So what I do is I put them into a strainer. I wash them off. I measure them out in my container, and I put them into the bag so they're quick and easy for the week. So I do my grapes. I did my Brussels sprouts. So the Brussels sprouts came in a giant bag, and there's more than we eat in one serving, so I put them in 2 separate bags, and then I will marinate them in these bags in my fridge the day we eat them. I also prep a pico, and so this is my pico, and so it's basically just tomatoes, which are already in the very bottom, and I can stir it up a little so you can see those. There's the tomatoes down in there. I've got everything loaded in. Tomatoes, peppers, onion, a little bit of lime juice, some cilantro, some of the sea salt, and olive oil. I don't know where my olive oil went. A little bit of olive oil. So I prep my pico. So I cut this all up. I use this in my salads, on chicken, in my eggs. I use it for everything. I also cook some chicken breasts. So here are the chicken breasts that I cooked on my grill. That's what was cooking while I ate my lunch. So cooked my chicken breasts. I also prep a thing of lettuce or greens. And so I will buy the mixed spring mix. I like the spring mix. And then I mix it with a head of romaine. And so I chop them all up and put them in this giant bowl. I don't know if you can tell that it's a giant bowl. But I put them all in this giant bowl. And then I've got it quick and easy and ready for the week. And then the last thing I'm going to do, which I haven't done yet, is I'm going to prepare this chicken. It's ready to go. This is the last thing I have to do. I prepare this chicken. We're going to have chicken parmesan this week. And so I have prepared that chicken. I will bag it up and have it prepared so that we can have our chicken parmesan this week. And so those are the things that I prepare, and that's because of my menu. It depends on your menu and the things that you prepare. And I'd love to be able to help you if you've got a menu. I can share with you some of the things that you can prep ahead of time. Cutting up any vegetables that go into dishes, cutting up any chicken. If we make chicken nuggets, I always cut if we were having nuggets with this chicken, I would cut it up and then put it in my freezer, and then the day we're gonna have it, pull it out and thaw it in my fridge the day before. So I prepare all of that stuff ahead of time so that it doesn't take me much time. All right, question number 4, do you have any quick tips for prep? Have everything ready. So you kind of saw how I had stuff in sections. Have all of that stuff out and ready to go. Have your strainer out, have your measuring devices out, have your containers out, have your bowls that you're going to put stuff in, have everything out, all of your knives, your cutting boards, your pans, have everything out and ready so that while your eggs are cooking, you can prep your grapes. Chop up your stuff, have it all ready to go. That's the biggest thing, is being ready and having everything ready. Another thing is having a dump bowl. Let me share this with you. I have what's called a dump bowl. Flip you around. Oh, there's my fingers. Flip you around. This is my dump bowl. It's just a big giant bowl that I dump all my trash in. If you are a composter, you're welcome to have another bowl for compost. I've got 3 kids and I don't have time to compost. So I have one dump bowl. All of my trash goes in that bowl while I'm prepping, and as you can see today, it's pretty full. And then at the end of my prep time, I will just take that entire bowl to the trash can, because otherwise I'm back and forth, our trash can's over there. Sometimes I will just bring the trash can over and set it next to me, but I like having a dump bowl. It's easy. I can put, all the scraps into my dump bowl, and so that's a huge time-saving tip. Last question I have for you guys. What's the best time to prep? Whatever works for you. I like to do it as soon as I get my groceries home, but that doesn't always work. Usually for me, it happens on Sunday afternoon or evening. This week I'm starting Financial Peace University, and so my Sunday afternoon and evening is booked. I went to the grocery store today, so as soon as I got home, I did my prep today, just so it was done, out of the way, and I'm ready for next week. Everything is prepped and ready to go. So, it really depends on what works for you, what's good. Just have it done before your week starts, because you want to be prepared for your Monday, because things start to get busy after that. And so just make sure by Monday you have everything prepped and ready to go. So one more little bonus tip I have for you guys is get your family involved. I like to involve my family. I know my oldest daughter, she loves cooking shows. She loves being in the kitchen, and so I get her involved in food prep. Sometimes my husband will get involved, but I feel like it helps them to appreciate the food that we're eating more often. So get your family involved in your food prep and make them a part of the process, because then they really appreciate the food. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode of March Makeover. I hope you've learned a little bit about how to prep food. If you have questions, I'm here. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have. You can check out my Facebook page, Healthy Looks Beautiful Heidi Bainbridge. You can like it. You can check out more videos like this on my YouTube channel, or check out my website, www.teamhlb.com, for additional information. And anytime you have any questions, type them in the comments. I will get back to you, and I'm happy to provide you additional information about food prep, time management, organizing, being a mom of 3 kids, and how we make it all happen. So have a fantastic day, and I will talk with you all soon.